Hey there, this is Ashley with Village Push, and welcome back to our yoga series. This is video number 3, and again today the only thing you're going to need is a mat and a comfortable place to do yoga. So why don't we go ahead and get started, and let's come into a comfortable cross-legged position to try a new breathing technique. So I'd like to teach you today to how to determine if you are breathing with the deep belly breathing that I often talk about, or if instead you're using a stress mode type of breathing. So what I'd like for you to do is to place one hand over your heart, one hand over your belly button, and go ahead and close your eyes. And I'd like for you just to begin to breathe normally, just natural flow of your breath. And what I'd like for you to notice is how much movement is happening in your chest and in your belly. What you should feel if you are breathing deeply in your belly, meaning with the deep belly breath, you should feel your belly move first on an inhale. You should feel that belly button move away from the spine, and then the chest rise. And then on your exhale, you should feel the belly slightly draw in as the chest then drops. So continue your breath. You can even intentionally begin to elongate the breath by slowing down your breathing. You can inhale to 4-second count. You can exhale to 3-second count. That kind of helps determine what is a relaxed breath like for you. On the alternative, if you notice that while you're breathing, you have quite a bit of raise in the chest and very little movement in the abdominal muscles in the belly, that actually means that you're breathing in stress mode, which a lot of us live our whole lives in that style of breathing. So what we want to do during our practice is actually change the breath. What I'd like for you to focus on is turn your attention into that belly button one more time, and tell your belly to move in and out on an inhale and an exhale. So you're kind of having to tell your brain to switch. Okay, let's try that. Inhale. Move the belly button away from the spine. Exhale, draw the belly button into the spine. Continue to try to do that as I just guide you a little bit more. Sometimes we actually have to relax and contract our muscles to make our bodies switch our breathing from stress mode into the deep belly breathing. So again, let's try it one more time. On your inhales, if you're having a hard time switching into belly breathing, really press the belly open, kind of letting it all hang out on your inhale. Good. And then now on your exhale, draw the belly button in by contracting the muscles, kind of squeezing your abdominals as if you didn't want anybody to see anything coming over your pants. So let's try that again. Inhale, relax the abdominals, let the belly button move away. Exhale, draw the belly button into the spine. Good. Contracting the abdominals. Great. Let's just continue to do that throughout our practice. And as we move into our movements, I'd like for you to be intentional about applying the deep belly breathing. Okay? So go ahead and unplug your hands and your legs, and let's come into a child's pose. Remember, with child's pose, your knees are nice and wide on the mat, feet are together. Set the hips down and back and reach for the edge of the mat with the fingertips. Good. And now let's apply our deep belly breathing. Inhale. Let the belly button drop towards the mat. Good. And on your exhales, draw the belly button into the spine. Good. 2 more deep breaths in. And exhale. Draw that belly button down and back. Good. One more time. Great. Inhale. Come up into downward facing dog, untucking the feet, dropping the toes down. Lift the knees off. Downward facing dog. Remember, with down dog, you're drawing the weight off the hands and into the hips. You can bend the knees if your hamstrings are really tight and you're having a hard time moving from a rounded back to a straight back. Good. Breathe. And for a new pose, inhale, come into high push-up, also known as a high plank. You want one straight line between the shoulders and the heels. You can drop the knees here if you'd like. Exhale, low push-up. So just drawing the elbows into the side, lower the upper body down. Good. Elbows come nice and close to the body. Inhale, upward facing dog. Good. Exhale, down dog. So let's do that one more time. Inhale, come into high push-up, also known as a high plank. You can drop the knees. Exhale, low push-up. Draw those elbows into the side. Good. Inhale, upward facing dog. Scoop the chest up, lift through the heart. Good. Exhale, down dog. Tuck the toes under, pull the hips back and up. Good. Inhale, bring the left foot forward. And what I'd like for you to do is to walk the hands around to the side of the mat for a nice wide-legged stretch, okay? So you can place the hands flat on the ground. You can turn the toes slightly inward and put a gentle micro bend in the knees, especially if you notice yourself hyperextending. Good. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, bend the elbows. Good. Letting the upper body come forward. It's normal. We all have different degrees at which our body can go forward. Good. And inhale, lift the elbows off the mat, coming to a flat back. Good. Again, you can keep a nice micro bend in the knees. Let's place the left hand into the middle of the mat, or the middle of the ground, and inhale, rotate the upper body for windmill. Good, so you're aiming for one nice straight line between the fingers and the fingers that are up in the sky and the fingers that are down on the ground. Oops, got a little ant. Good. Exhale, release. Inhale, switch sides, so left arm comes up. Good, you should feel this a nice stretch in the inner thighs as well as the mid-back. Good. Exhale and release. Let's walk the hands back over. Bringing the right foot forward. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Good. Exhale and bow forward. So, leading with the chest, you're just bowing to the ground, keeping the knees slightly bent if you need to. Good. This time, inhale, bring the left leg back into a lunge. Good, and look up. If this is a little too challenging, you can drop that back knee down for a little bit more stability. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Draw the hips back and up. Inhale, high push-up. Good. You can drop the knees if you need to. Exhale, low push-up. Good. Inhale, upward dog. Draw those shoulders away from the ears. You're going to get a nice, good chest opening here, and abdominal opening as you draw the shoulders away. Good. Exhale, let's come into child's pose. Open up the knees, feet together, set the hips back. Let's take 5 deep, long breaths here. Again, focusing on letting the abdominals drop towards the ground on your inhales, drawing the belly button into the spine on your exhales, resting the head onto the mat. Good. Continue to breathe. Notice even the sound of your breath, how your body begins to relax, especially in the 3rd or 4th breath. Good. And one more time. And inhale, come back up onto all fours. And let's bring your bottom down to the mat and stagger the legs. So what I mean by staggering the legs, you've got one leg that's externally rotated, so open, kind of like a butterfly position. And with that opposite leg, I want you to gently turn it inward versus keeping both legs open, okay? Good, so you're going to feel kind of a natural twisting of the hips here. What I'd like for you to do is inhale, rotate your upper body towards the leg that's kind of in the butterfly, and on your exhale, I want you to bow forward. So you're just resting, coming as close to the ground as you can. If you'd like to make a palette underneath your forehead for your head, that's fine too. Good. And inhale, come back up, and let's rotate the upper body one more time away from that front leg. So you're kind of turning towards the back. Good. And you're just rotating that spine. Breathe into the abdominals. Really notice how different the stretch changes when you're deepening the breath through the belly. Good. And inhale, come back to neutral. You can exhale, release all that out. This time we're going to turn the upper body towards the leg that's internally rotated. Good. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, you can gently bow forward. Now this side is going to be pretty hard to come down towards, okay? So this is just a gentle movement. You're noticing probably a nice stretch here in the glute medius and the tensor fascia lata. These are all muscles in the hands or the legs that get really tight from us walking or just having instability. Good. And inhale, come back to neutral. Go ahead and switch legs. Good, so again, you've got one leg that's externally rotated in a butterfly position and the other leg that's internally rotated. One thing I didn't say before is that the leg that's internally rotated, you're resting on the inner part of the foot, okay? If this is kind of weird on the knee, you can kind of come out of the pose a little bit by bringing the heel closer to the bottom, okay? Good, so inhale, turn towards that butterfly's leg. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, walk the hands forward, bringing the forehead or close to the forehead as you can to the mat. Don't forget to breathe. Good, one more deep breath in. And exhale, release, coming back up. Doesn't that feel great? Let's rotate the spine even more, so you're turning the chest towards the back part of your space. Good, bringing the hands down if you can. Take a deep breath in, elongate through the spine, and on your exhale, you're going to bow forward. Good, notice the deep belly breathing in the abdominals. You can see my belly move in and out. That's what you want. You're going to stretch these nice little muscles in our rib cage that get tight from our stress breathing, actually. Good. Inhale, come back up to neutral. On your exhale, I'd like for you to rotate that upper body towards the internally rotated leg. Take a deep breath in, lift through the crown of the head, and on an exhale, bow forward. Again, notice I'm not going very far forward, right? Just a little bit of motion, you can start to really feel this stretch. The inner part of your thigh, also the tensor fascia lata, these muscles here on the side, and the glute medius. Good. And inhale, come back to neutral. Good. Let's go ahead and shake out the legs, bringing the legs out in front of you, just kind of rotating and wiggling the legs. It kind of gets the fascia loosened up. We'll take one more bow forward, take a deep breath in, lift through the crown of the head and the hands. Exhale, bow forward. If you need to bend the knees slightly here, that's totally fine. I'd like for you just to draw the forehead to the ground to release the lower back. Good. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bow forward. And on the next inhale, gently roll up, one vertebra at a time, bringing the legs into a comfortable cross-legged position. Good, you can roll out the shoulders, rotating them back behind you, and let's reverse directions. Great. You can fold your hands in front of your heart. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that your body feels a lot better, more relaxed, and that you have a great rest of the day as you pursue your goals. Namaste.